Part 4. With those words in mind, I called for reinforcements. Kids emerged from HQ in the hundreds as I pressed my wristband alarm. They came armed to the teeth, and Neo and I launched more weapons by means of vectored remote controls in our pocketed flip phones. Neo and I grabbed the flip phones tucked inside our vests. Under my command, Drone 1 lifted from HQ's roof. It had a light blue ball with a red button on top of a machine gun that fired amoeba bullets transmutated by means of nanotechnology inside. Using Drone 1, several LK Girl warriors materialized, and they attacked the illegitimate rioters and their police. Under Neo's command, Drone 2 lifted from the roof. It had a speed boost capable of doubling as a pistol or machine gun when fitted to the forearm, and performed as a blaster with different modes when fitted to the wrist. Using Drone 2, Neo materialized Plague 22, and one canister made of titanium after another of the new energy drink manufactured on-site and sold in our ground-level store shot forth, and they exploded in the faces of the illegitimate police. Then I said, 1, and number 1 was activated automatically. A flame burst forth and burned several illegitimates. 3, I said, and number 3 was activated automatically. Acid was hurled at the charging illegitimates. 6, Neo said. A disorienting light flashed, and scores of them were blinded. In unison, both of us quietly said all the remaining numbers on our phones, and all were activated. 2 shot a barrage of bullets. Number 4 wiped their memories. 5 launched BolaWrap technology, slinging a 7.5-foot cord around the legs. 2 anchors replicating fishing hooks dug in, and more were immobilized. 7 burst a blinding light, and all were blinded. 8 propelled blades, and they were cut into shreds. 9 created a wormhole, and they were sucked in. 0 came last, and all the rest disintegrated. 1 kid snapped pictures with his LK phone. They would be a nice addition to the LK art gallery. But new opposing forces from other directions continued their relentless surge toward us. LK surrounded us for protection. Neo dropped his flip phone, a Beerphone 4 with screen exfoliator containing BrightGlow spliced from the DNA of a jellyfish. Pointing the phone at the remaining charging forces would have vaporized them instantly. I held tightly onto my Beerphone. On the back of the phone and sunk in deeply within were sharp teeth like those of a carnivore. I broke the 1-pixel screen to gain access to the apps and pressed stress. The teeth crawled out and around to the front of the phone. I aimed it at the false police about to attack a phoneless Neo. The teeth leapt out and began gobbling up the police, one by one. And with that, the felonious attack subsided. I yelled at Neo, "You are the clumsiest idiot I've ever known." "Sorry, boss." "Call my mother and ask her if she is okay," I said. Neo had ping-ponged between his widower dad's home, just down the street, and my parents' welcome mat at the corner of 2nd Avenue and 13th Street, Sacramento. He picked up his phone and asked, "Mom, are you safe?" He held the phone out from his ear, and I heard her soft response, "Yes, dear." Despite our dire situation, I beamed at his long-lived introspection. He considered my mom to be his own. One violent protest after another had seized the day for the last 6 months. Our survival depended on advanced weaponry placed in our arms, and to that end we had formed LK, as already mentioned. Official name, Legal Kids for Legal Persons for Legal Everything. Principal Recruiting Station, LK, Sacramento, California. Secondary Recruiting Station, LK, Brignoles, France. Rankings, Scout, ages 1 to 9, Commander, ages 10 to 16. Armor, various, including a weaponized crucifix. Target, mission enemy. One of the kids had forgotten to recite the morning prayer and was brought before me. Angel, a 7-year-old, stood with a caved-in look. "Recite it," I said. His little voice said, "Angel of God, my guardian dear. To whom God's love commits me here. Ever this day be at my side. To light and guard, to rule and guide. Amen." "Open your mouth wide," I said. "Where are they?" I accompanied him to LK Dental for the mandatory dental implants. A bullet was shot into his gum, and he had an implant more powerful than anything ever seen. As they matured, LK members could fire with all 20 or 32 teeth. "Are you wearing your crucifix?" I asked. "Yes, sir." "Should I aim for it now?" Angel asked. "No, this isn't the right time or place." "I need practice, sir," he said. "When you point the bottom of the crucifix at the enemy, he descends into the underworld permanently." "Did you join voluntarily or were you kidnapped by one of the commanders?" "Willing, sir." "Good. Some of your playmates were kidnapped, and you should appreciate them even more." "Why, sir?" he asked. "Think about your new playmates. You would be so lonely without them. Major Neo and I are grown-up playmates. Do you understand?" He nodded, and after I patted him on his backside, he scampered back to the training classroom on the 5th floor. After the dental office visit, I returned to my 25th floor unit and changed into workout pants. I pulled forward the coffee maker sitting on the kitchen counter. It touched the pants drawstring. 6 feet 2 inches of trained military power wore medium-size slim fit everything. There was nothing like the smell of a bitter roast, and there was nothing like staring at those pod-like coffee pellets. The smooth drop of my personal elevator from the 25th floor to the 1st floor was relaxing, and a Saturday noontime gust was sucked into the lobby when I swung open the glass entrance door, still in one piece. It was the day after the July 4th national holiday. All our efforts to resist the attacks had brought back some peace. I stood looking up and down the street, still covered by some remnants of the celebration that had been restricted to one night by the human menace at the Capitol building. I looked up at the 25th floor penthouse, which had been my haunt for about a year. Saving my pennies since age 10 made my mother and father proud, and they threw in a bit of down payment. Back inside the lobby, I extracted a letter from the gray mailbox and tore it open. The pungent letterhead smelled of a drop of dried cremated blood, but my present state of mind gave the blood an actively fluid appearance. A recording of low quality came with the letter. I listened as the elevator ascended. Scuffling sounds and the sounds of someone in a drunken rage could be heard. I shall now repeat what I heard on the recording.